Andrew Garfield was born on August 20th, 1983, in Los Angeles, California, but he grew up in England. His father ran a small business, and his mother worked as a teaching assistant. From a young age, Andrew was drawn to storytelling and performance. However, he was not one of those children who knew exactly what they wanted to do in life. He was shy, introverted, and often felt like he didn't belong. It wasn't until his teenage years that he discovered acting and realized that it gave him a way to express himself. Andrew's journey into the world of acting was not easy. He attended the Central School of Speech and Drama in London, a prestigious institution where competition was fierce. He was surrounded by incredibly talented people, and at times, he doubted his own abilities. There were moments when he thought about quitting, but deep inside, he knew that acting was his true calling. He kept pushing forward, honing his craft, and preparing for every opportunity that came his way. After graduating, Andrew struggled to find work. He auditioned for countless roles, but faced rejection after rejection. The industry was tough, and he was an outsider trying to make his way in. There were times when he felt invisible, as if no one saw his potential. But instead of giving up, he used every rejection as motivation to improve. He performed in small theater productions, took on minor roles in television shows, and did whatever it took to stay in the game. His breakthrough came in 2007 when he starred in the drama film Boy A. His performance as a troubled young man trying to start over after a criminal past was so powerful that it won him a BAFTA award. This was the moment the industry started to take notice of him. Suddenly, he was no longer just another struggling actor. He was a rising star. But success didn't come overnight. Even after Boy A, Andrew had to fight for roles. He had to prove himself repeatedly. Hollywood was a different world, and breaking into it was a challenge. His next big opportunity came when he was cast in Social Network, 2010, where he played Eduardo Saverin, one of the co-founders of Facebook. The film was a huge success, and Andrew's performance was widely praised. He was now on the radar of major directors and producers. Then came the role that changed his life, Spider-Man. In 2012, Andrew was chosen to play Peter Parker in The Amazing Spider-Man. It was a dream come true, but also a massive responsibility. Taking on such an iconic character meant that he was stepping into the shoes of legends. The pressure was enormous, and not everyone was convinced he was the right choice. But Andrew threw himself into the role, bringing a depth and emotion to Peter Parker that resonated with audiences around the world. However, being Spider-Man wasn't all glamorous. The fame that came with it was overwhelming. Andrew had always been a private person, and suddenly, he was under constant media scrutiny. He had to deal with criticism, with expectations, with the burden of living up to something bigger than himself. And when The Amazing Spider-Man 2 didn't perform as well as expected, he faced disappointment. The studio decided to end the franchise, and Andrew was left with a sense of unfinished business. This was a difficult period for him. He had dedicated years of his life to Spider-Man, and suddenly, it was over. He had to rediscover himself as an actor, to find new challenges that excited him. And that's exactly what he did. Instead of chasing blockbuster roles, he returned to his roots, focusing on meaningful projects that allowed him to showcase his talent. In 2016, he starred in Hacksaw Ridge, playing the real-life war hero Desmond Doss. The role was physically and emotionally demanding, but Andrew delivered a stunning performance that earned him an Academy Award nomination. He proved that he was more than just a superhero. He was an actor with incredible range. Andrew continued to take on diverse roles, from playing a Jesuit priest in Silence to portraying Jonathan Larson in Tick, Tick, Boom, a role that earned him another Oscar nomination. And then, in 2021, something magical happened. He returned as Spider-Man in Spider-Man: No Way Home, a moment that brought his journey full circle. The audience embraced him with love and appreciation, and he finally got the closure he had been searching for. Andrew Garfield's story is one of perseverance, passion, and resilience. He faced rejection, self-doubt, and setbacks, but he never stopped believing in himself. He chose roles that challenged him, that pushed him beyond his limits, and that allowed him to grow as an artist. His journey teaches us that success is not about overnight fame. It's about dedication, about staying true to yourself, and about never giving up on your dreams.